has green foliage.
It has green
That's a nice
foliage.
crown.
So you said because it's nice and firm, so that's a correct answer.
What do I get?
And the green foliage.
A slice of the fruit after she
And it
slices.
has a
I will
healthy
take it.
crown, so that's another good factor.
Nice and firm.
Nice and firm.
And there's several other things you want to look at. So if you look at the circles here that's on the skin, you want them the same size from top to bottom. If they're not the same size, then your pineapple, only certain portions of it is fully mature. Okay, so technically it is not a fruit.
Did not know that.
It is undeveloped flowers. So that's why you have those circle segments, and that's why you also have that hard center core. So they basically all fuse together.
Oh.
It would get pollinated if we had the hummingbird here in Hawaii, but we're happy because we don't have that bird. So it will never flower out, and it'll always be the pineapple that we want to eat. If you smell the pineapple, and if it has a light sweet scent to it, then that's a good pineapple. Because sometimes you can grab a pineapple and the smell is very strong on it. It's already starting to ferment. It has a very short shelf life, usually only 7 to 10 days once it's picked. So that's kind of important to know, because if you're going to take it home with you, a lot of people want to pre-order it ahead of time. So that's okay if you're shipping it directly back to your home, but if you're taking it back on the plane, then we're going to tell you come back the day before, the day that you're leaving, and then you know that your pineapple will be fresh for you. Don't let the color fool you. A lot of people think a yellow pineapple means a good pineapple, but it can also be green. So we're concentrating more on the length of time that it's out in the field. It has to be out there 18 to 22 months. Then that is considered fully mature.
18 to 20.
Okay. Sometimes if you use the same crown repeatedly, by the third or fourth harvest, you can get a pineapple growing within a year and stuff like that. But it would take several harvest cycles down the line. Okay. Now, if this pineapple is also fully mature, I find that when you twist off the crown, it's going to come off very easy. Okay. So that one was, as you can see, it was pretty simple and stuff. And you do want it looking like this, but you're going to dry it out for 5 days first before you plant it, okay? So if you think pineapples grow on trees, because some people do think that, because they see that tree there, the pandanus tree that's out in our garden, and it looks very much like a pineapple, the fruit of it. Although it's a non-edible fruit, but most people that come here think, oh, pineapples grow on trees and stuff like that. So later on, when they come down here to the North Shore and then they see the fields, then they discover, oh no, it's actually on a plant and stuff like that. So just to clarify that. To prep the crown, after you dry it out for 5 days, if you want to put it in water, you can put it in water for only 2 to 3 days to start it to root. And whether or not it starts growing roots, you would take it out because you don't want to make it fully hydrated again. We find that if it's slightly dehydrated and then you try to grow it, it actually grows a lot better. Okay? And you're going to use a pot that's 3 times bigger than the actual crown, because these plants get very big, so they need lots of room to grow. And usually you're just removing a couple inches of the leaves here on the bottom. So that's why I'm doing this, yeah? You would use regular potting soil. Some people have actually asked me, also can I use sand or like a clay type of soil? And those wouldn't be good options and stuff. Just regular potting soil would do just fine. And usually at 16 months, so that's quite a while down the line, you're going to get an iron supplement for your plant. If you ever notice our soil, you notice how red it is. There's a lot of iron in our soil. So, but other soils may lack that, so you want to give your plant extra help at around that time frame. Because at 18 months, it's going to try to sprout small fruit for you. And what it's going to do first is that it's going to grow a nice long stem here in the middle. And then from there you'll see a pineapple that's either red or purple in color. And no matter what variety, because we have at least 21 different species of pineapples, so they'll either be a red or purple flower. It doesn't matter what variety it is. And then it takes 3 months after that, if everything worked out well, for it to produce the nice pineapple that we like to eat. Now, depending how many times you use this crown will determine the size of the fruit. This one I can tell here is probably only about 3 pounds. So I know it's at its 3rd harvest cycle. So technically I could use this crown again if I wanted to, but then I would be disappointed because the pineapple would probably be only 2 pounds, which would be a good pineapple. It tastes just as good no matter if it's big or small. But if you want a nice big pineapple, you have to start the cycle new again. And the way that we start the cycle new again, when this sprouts a fruit, underneath the stem part or underneath this part here, it's going to grow some additional crowns. It's going to grow 4 small crowns. We'll use those smaller crowns to start a new cycle again, yeah? I forgot to mention that as far as watering the crown or your plant, you would only water it once a week. A lot of people make the common error of doing a daily watering, and then you're saturating it too much, and it's not going to grow that well for you. So just once a week. The only exception to that rule is if you live in a very dry climate. So New Mexico or Nevada, then you want to give it an extra day of watering. And when you water it, it's going to be a surface layer watering. A lot of people just want to keep the water, you know, on it and stuff. So just water it really quick and it should be just fine. So I'll show you a very easy way to cut the fruit, because there have been a lot of different options. Several years back we did have the core slicer. The core slicer would work really well on this pineapple here because on the circumference is really small. So when you take out, it would core it for you, and then when you take out the circular rings, you wouldn't have much pineapples left in there. Today we don't sell that here because we believe that the curved pineapple knife is the better option because you can cut it all the way down to the skin, but I have to cut it in quarter pieces first. Now, even though I kind of did the pre-testing before I told you what is a good pineapple, sometimes on very rare occasions, if you open it up, it would not look very good, like it would have a dark brown color to it. Fortunately, mine one is fine. Maybe just the exception of a little bit of bruising, so you can see a dark yellow coloration here. But it's nothing to worry about. You can eat this pineapple okay. And some people do have a sensitivity towards the acid that's on the fruit, on the surface of the fruit. So I would recommend that you rinse your pineapple pieces in some regular tap water. Salt would neutralize the acid, so a little bit of table salt you can put in there. And just let it rinse for a couple seconds, and then you should remove most of that acid that's on the surface. And you're going to see it bubble up too, so that's how you know it's coming out. A little bit of a dye there. And then what I'll do is I'm going to put this red plum powder over it on some of the pieces because we like how it changes the flavor of the fruit.
What is it?
Leaking powder. I know I don't have any back here, but you would find some that's in the middle part of the store, yeah?
What is it? What is it?
It's made from dehydrated plums. And so it's going to change the flavor of the fruit just a little bit. We actually don't technically need it because our pineapples are actually already very sweet. It has more sugar in it. So you don't need it, but I just like people to try to see whether or not that's a good option for them. Did anybody go on the train ride?
Not yet.
Yeah, we did.
You did? You should know the Hawaiian name for pineapple.
Oh, Lord.
I know it means foreign fruit, but I don't remember what the word is.
Oh, hey, you got half of it though. I'm impressed. So halakahiki.
I like it.
And it just means foreign fruit. It's actually 2 words in one. So So some people get confused because back home in their grocery store, they're thinking if their pineapple has a Dole label, then it's coming from Hawaii. But I need you to know that that's not necessarily the case and stuff, because we do have Dole plantations all over the world, and more than likely you're getting them overseas and stuff like that. So basically, if you always want to have a pineapple here from Hawaii, we do have the information for you that you can take it home, because you have to order it directly through Tropical Fruits. And it's actually right across the street, that white building across the street. And then usually when we ship it to you, it would take only 2 to 3 days to get to you. So is this your first time here to Hawaii? Really? And are you enjoying it so far?
We've loved it.
Good. And are you going to go island hopping?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
If you happen to go on the Big Island, they have the white pineapple. You can find it at a local farmer market. And it's really, really good.
Better than this?
I wouldn't say it's better, because it does taste slightly different. And how I got across it is because one of the co-workers, she went to the Big Island several years back. And then when she took it back, she just used the crown. She planted it in her backyard and stuff like that. She has a real green thumb. She's already produced like 10 pineapples within the last couple
You
of
really
years.
don't like her, do you?
Oh, but she let me try the white pineapple, so I loved her for that. So if you are on the Big Island, that's where you want to go. You want to go to a local farmer market and ask for that white pineapple. Yeah. So did anybody have any questions about pineapple?
No.
You know everything now? You can become an expert at home.
So one crown grows one pineapple.
One crown grows one pineapple. But like I say, when the when the crown becomes a plant and it produces the fruit, when it produces that one fruit, it will grow the extra crowns. And so technically the next cycle you could get 5 pineapples if you use all of the crowns, yeah?
What temperature does it grow in? Are they grown inside?
We consistently are between 70 to 90 degrees. Most of the time we're between the 80 to 90. Yeah, so unless you have a greenhouse or a really good green thumb and stuff like that, you'll have a little difficult time there. It's not impossible.